I just blamed myself. I just questioned myself all the time.
When Gita Tazi hit her mid-40s, she started feeling relentlessly exhausted. Her brain was in a fog, she lacked motivation, and she wasn't sure why. A bad combination for a business owner.
I was going to therapy. I'll get on some supplements. I'll go do acupuncture. But nothing was really making me better, really better.
She had her hormones checked. Dr. Anna Barbieri confirmed that Tazi was going through a natural transition called perimenopause.
The way I think of perimenopause is kind of the same way I think about puberty, a gradual process that you may not even realize that it's starting until you know that it's really starting.
I teared up because someone finally tells me what are these symptoms about.
Barbieri is a gynecologist and midlife specialist. She says many women come to her practice confused about what they're experiencing.
I think there is still stigma and shame associated with aging, period, especially aging for women. Sometimes believe that our value is in being young or being fertile, and we're embarrassed to talk about it.
But Barbieri argues it's not just society that needs to change, it's the medical field as a whole. She points to a 2019 Mayo Clinic study that found less than 7% of graduating medical residents felt prepared to take care of a woman going through menopause.
Right now, menopause is considered a subspecialty. It's something special to be a menopause expert.
Even though every woman goes through menopause.
Correct.
Further complicating things is that perimenopausal experiences are so varied.
But it can get very confusing because not everyone goes through these very orderly phases the same way.
Officially, menopause is just a moment in time, a date marking a year since a woman's final menstrual period. Everything that leads up to that point, the 4 to 10 years before, is perimenopause, or the menopausal transition. It's when the ovaries gradually stop producing eggs, and two key hormones see major shifts.
Perimenopause is marked initially by tremendous fluctuation in the hormone estrogen, which is the primary sex hormone in women, and a decline in the other primary sex hormone in women called progesterone.
At the beginning, it's the ups and downs of estrogen that cause a variety of symptoms. Irregularities in the menstrual cycle, like heavier than normal periods, shorter cycles, insomnia, bewildering mood swings, and headaches. The more commonly recognized or classic symptoms actually come later in perimenopause when estrogen declines at a faster rate.
Hot flashes, night sweats, vaginal dryness becomes much more common and pronounced. And this is also when we start to see more skipped cycles.
But there's still a lot we don't know because menopause has been historically understudied.
I'm just shocked that we have to look so hard for information and that nobody has prepared me for this.
Action will only come when we have funding for research is being done, and when the healthcare system and we as a society as a whole acknowledge that we need to do things differently.
That starts with a societal shift in thinking, a shift that may already be underway.
I have no problem talking about menopause, really. I don't even understand why it's a taboo.
Many people agree, from newspaper headlines to social media feeds to bookstore shelves. Menopause has become a hot topic. This growing chorus is calling for more attention on an issue that affects half the world's population. But much of what we do know about menopause comes from a study that's been underway for more than 30 years.
If you open an endocrinology textbook and look at what hormone patterns look like across menopause, that is data from SWAN.
SWAN stands for the Study of Women's Health Across the Nation. Carrie Carvinen Gutierrez is the principal investigator of the University of Michigan's clinical research site, one of 7 throughout the country.
SWAN is by far the largest, longest, most in-depth study of women traversing the midlife and menopausal transition.
For 3 decades, SWAN has followed more than 3,000 women who enrolled when they were between 42 and 52 years old.
I thought, this would be really cool to take part in a study that would find out information that would help women in midlife and older, because they don't seem to pay a lot of attention to women in that time of their life.
A SWAN team member will collect the data.
Heather Underwood was in her late 40s when she was recruited. The SWAN cohorts include women from 5 ethnic groups. Its data is wide-ranging.
SWAN has investigated cardiovascular disease, diabetes, bone health and osteoarthritis, physical function, cognitive function, endocrine function.
Each year, participants visit the clinic, completing questionnaires, undergoing a variety of tests including blood samples, cognitive assessments, physical functioning tests, and bone density scans.
One of the great jewels of SWAN is that we started taking these baseline scans right at the beginning.
Project Director Carrie Richards-McCullough has been with SWAN since day one.
There's so many measures we can look at over the span of almost 30 years.
All this results in a goldmine of data, from freezers full of vials to shelves stuffed with files. All of it is carefully cataloged and has resulted in numerous research papers on women's health in midlife. The relevant findings are shared with participants.
One of the things about research that is very important is that we give value back to the participant.
In Underwood's case, a SWAN bone scan revealed declining density, prompting her to take steps to turn things around.
I started walking and it started heading up. So 7 days a week I walk.
Carvonen Gutierrez says one of the most important takeaways from the study is that your health in your 40s and 50s sets the stage for your health later in life.
Whether that's physical activity, whether that's cognitive function, whether it's joint pain, we're really highlighting the importance of the midlife.
It's information that's already started to change the way we approach the menopausal transition, and it's helping to develop the tools we currently have at our disposal to treat menopause.
Everything starts with foundations of health, and that is food, movement, that is sleep, and stress management.
Gynecologist and midlife specialist Dr. Anna Barbieri says making healthy day-to-day choices are key to a smoother menopausal transition.
Less processed food, less sugar, less alcohol. Early perimenopause is marked by a time when we tolerate alcohol less. That's why sleep may be more disrupted.
Barbieri says diet can be a powerful device to navigate the ups and downs of a changing metabolism. Perimenopausal women should be eating fewer carbs and instead more fiber and protein to maintain muscle mass.
Perimenopause is also the time where insulin resistance and tendency towards prediabetes and diabetes may go up, as well as a different pattern of metabolism and then fat deposition that moves from our hips and thighs more to the belly.
How women move their bodies also needs to change. Barbieri says strength training should take priority over high-intensity cardio workouts.
We're stronger if we're more balanced, if we carry ourselves better through our physical world. Our risk of falling and fractures is lower.
It's all work Gita Tazi was trying to do before she sought Barbieri's help.
I was dragging my tail to the gym. I got to my yoga classes. I meditated. I tried things that I was doing before, but everything was getting harder and harder.
Because while lifestyle changes are necessary, Barbieri says for some women it's not enough to combat some of the more debilitating symptoms of menopause. Tazi learned from Barbieri that her persistent brain fog and exhaustion were signs she was in perimenopause.
I had a full explanation, and that was the beginning of the journey for me to healing.
Tazi started hormone replacement therapy, medication that replaces hormones that naturally decline during the menopausal transition: estrogen, progesterone, and sometimes testosterone.
We can tweak it in different doses and types of hormones, and it can get pretty intricate. It's basically just filling in a little bit of something that's gone missing.
After a few months, Tazi started to feel its effects.
I started feeling just more joy. I started feeling my body, something was changing.
Now, there is some trepidation around HRT, largely because of a 2002 study, now seen as flawed, that found links between hormone therapy and heart disease, stroke, and breast cancer. It was later revised, and HRT is now considered safe for most people.
When hormone therapy is started for women at the time of entry into menopause and no later than about 10 years past it, on average, hormone therapy will actually be more beneficial than risky.
Women should weigh the risks and benefits with their providers. For Tazi, she regained her energy and purpose.
It was really a life-changing for me, really, of joy and strength and comfort in my body, comfort with the outside world. And I'll take it as far as saying love, because the relationship with myself changed.
Tazi is spreading the word and hoping the growing momentum behind this issue will make hormone therapy more accessible to other women who are struggling and fuel support for research into treatments that could potentially change the game.
Menopause is having a moment.
I think menopause gets a really bad rap and needs a bit of a rebranding.
I'm 54, but at that point, nobody had really had a serious conversation.
There's no shame in my menopause game. I am alive.
It's mainly a message that embraces the natural flow of aging, but some researchers have other ideas.
The data won't let me embrace menopause. I can't unsee what I saw in all of the research that we did.
Dr. Puraye Urtash-Baim points to studies showing heart disease, diabetes, and osteoporosis risk increase significantly for women after menopause.
Women are sicker for 25% more of their lifespan than men. So right now, we are surviving, we are not thriving.
Baim is the founder and CEO of Cellmatics, a biotechnology company devoted to women's health. Much of her work focuses on two small organs.
The ovary is not just for babies. The ovary is central command of virtually every function in our body.
The ovaries manage many of our essential hormones, not only estrogen, but others like melatonin, which is critical for sleep, and insulin growth factor, which regulates metabolism.
There's this symphony of conversations between the ovary and the immune system, the brain, our muscles, our bones.
But when the ovaries run out of eggs, they shut down. Cellmatics is trying to find treatments that would extend the life of the ovaries to improve the health outcomes of women as they age.
The aha moment that we had at Cellmatics was that we can slow down follicle recruitment.
Follicles are the tiny sacs in the ovaries that mature the eggs released each month during a woman's menstrual cycle. Multiple follicles work to mature or recruit eggs at the same time, but only the most viable egg is ever released. It's a kind of quality control.
It's a very wasteful process. We're born with 1 million follicles. We're never going to need 1 million eggs. We've done the modeling, and if you could slow down folliculogenesis and just use the number of follicles that you need for your health, not to make a perfect egg month over month, we could probably get decades of extension of ovarian function.
Baim is developing a synthetic form of anti-Müllerian hormone which regulates the activity of follicles.
AMH, as it's called, acts as the molecular brake. We're just going to take the naturally existing brakes and we're going to press them down a bit harder so that the ovary can function for longer.
Baim says that one small change could delay menopause by decades, along with many of the associated health effects. But drug development takes time.
I think we're looking at probably a decade before it's widely used. We really let women down, that we are the first generation that's really embracing this, taking it seriously in this way, and really trying to say, we don't accept it.
For now, Baim says there needs to be a paradigm shift on how everyone thinks about women's midlife health.
I shouldn't be alive. I should have died in childbirth, but here I am. But that wasn't treated as natural. The medical establishment jumped into action and saved me and my child. They didn't say, well, it's natural. And yet when the ovary is dying, we just say that it's natural. And I don't accept that.
Baim hopes the treatment will be available in time to help her own daughter through her midlife years. And as the science continues to evolve, experts are urging women to utilize the tools they have now to help them experience a smoother menopausal transition.
I think the thing that I heard about most was the hot flashes. I thought it happened like in your 60s or so.
At 42, Jackie Taylor hadn't given much thought to menopause.
My mom didn't talk to me about it.
Taylor's symptoms were so much more than she had anticipated.
What I noticed was sometimes my mood would change, you know. Sometimes I would seem a little bit over-emotional.
With no reprieve at night.
The night sweats was like really, really awful. I was soaked at one point. I'm talking about, you know, it's like, wait a minute, did it rain last night in the bed or what? You know, I literally had to get up, take a shower, and change my sheets.
She has annual check-ins with researchers at the University of Michigan. She's part of the SWAN study, the country's longest-running study of women in perimenopause and beyond.
You learn so much about yourself. When you're physically going through menopause and life is coming here and life is coming there.
The study's findings have informed much of what we know about caring for women through the menopausal transition. But translating that knowledge into everyday medical practice is slow going.
It's not even part of a OB/GYN curriculum in most places to talk about menopause.
In 2020, Dr. Susan Loeb-Zeitlin helped establish the Women's Midlife Center at Weill Cornell Medicine.
Our goal is to educate patients and providers.
Much of the center's work focuses on providing menopause education to the next generation of doctors. It aims to fill a knowledge gap among medical professionals that often leaves women in the dark about their health.
Ideally, our residents who are in training should have menopause didactic lectures, but they should also be supervised in their practice by providers who are familiar with the care of menopausal patients.
Loeb-Zeitlin says the real advancement in menopause care lies in the research.
We need to continue educating, but we need to educate from evidence-based, and we need more research to get more evidence to base our information on.
Researchers at SWAN are working on that, hoping to expand their study into the next generation.
We would like to have a new midlife cohort where we could ask new questions and really understand more contemporary questions in terms of women's midlife health.
Carrie Carvinen Gutierrez is the principal investigator of the University of Michigan's SWAN site.
We could go to all of our SWAN participants, invite their daughters to participate in the study, and then actually their offspring's daughters as well, to have a 3-generational cohort.
Taylor hopes her daughter and granddaughter will have a chance to be a part of it.
The younger you get to the women, you know what I'm saying? It becomes more widespread.
In the meantime, she's doing her best to make sure they learn from her experiences.
They're not afraid to ask me questions because what I've always told them, you can ask me anything and I'm going to try to give you an answer. I want you to know before you experience it, because if you kind of know what's going on, then you have a better handle on how to go through it.
Helping ensure the next generation of women feel supported.
I think it helps women to know that they're not alone in this and that life happens while menopause is happening to you.
A life Taylor intends to continue living to the fullest, using what she's learned to protect her health for years to come. Thanks for joining us as we take a look at the latest on menopause. I'm Erin Billups.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your community, click the subscribe button here. You can also download the Spectrum News app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.